On grade 9th, today we'll be talking about the risk factors leading to unhealthy sexual behavior. We will focus on the risk factors that lead to unhealthy sexual behavior, describe the unwanted results of unhealthy sexual behavior, such as teenage pregnancy, sexual transmitted infection, HIV and AIDS, low self-image, and emotional scars. How to apply strategies to deal with unhealthy sexual behavior, such as abstinence and change of behavior. We will also distinguish the factors that influence behavior. What is sexual behavior? Sexual behavior includes all activities where sexual organs are touched and the act of sexual intercourse. Sexual health describes our approach to sexual behavior. Healthy sexual behavior is safe sex when both partners have made a decision to have sex and to take precaution. Risk factors that lead to unhealthy sexual behavior include substance abuse, low self-image, sex for money, gang culture, rape, and peer pressure. Factors that influence personal behavior. Family. If you grew up in a loving and supportive family, you are unlikely to engage in unhealthy sexual behavior because in that state, your parents, your guardians have created a room for you to be comfortable around them. They have talked to you about what is right and what is wrong. If you find yourself in a tricky situation, you are able to know what is right, what is wrong, because of the conversation that you had with your family. Rather than that family that is unsupportive, which is unloving, which is unwelcoming, the child always relies on the information that they get from the street, from their friends, from then be easy for them to engage in unhealthy sexual behavior. Friends. When we are teenagers, what our peers say is more important than what our parents say. Meaning that because we spend too much time with our friends, we want to fit in into a particular group. We want to be famous. We want to trend. We want to be known up in our schools and our neighborhood. We tend to do what is not right, all based on having to fit videos that we are watching, the TVs that I have stated that you're not only a person above 18 can watch. As we are 16-year-old, 15-year-olds, we are watching those movies or rather series, and then we want to implement that. We follow influencers that have a certain trend, and we want to be like them, forgetting about our values or our principles. Before we continue, I want you to tell me, what do you think are the unwanted results of unhealthy sexual behavior? I'm expecting that we all do participate and share our knowledge. I have touched base on the factors that influence personal behavior, risk factors that lead to unhealthy sexual behavior. So I want you to tell me, what do you think are the unwanted results of unhealthy sexual behavior? Then the answers that we have combined together will not dashboard. So as we have discussed amongst ourselves, we have noted down on the board that unwanted results of unhealthy sexual behavior include teenage pregnancy, STIs, low self-image, emotional stress, HIV and AIDS. We've also mentioned that because our bodies or bodies of teenagers are not yet ready to develop, are not fully developed, it might happen that they may give birth to a premature or a stillborn due to the fact that they are still young, and sometimes teenagers do not take the proper nutrients or rather go for proper check-up for the baby, so which may lead to complications. Now here are the types of STIs. STI is sexual transmitted infection, which can be contracted if someone has sexual intercourse with somebody who's infected and not using protection. Now we have the types of STIs. We have thrush, HIV and AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, and genital herpes. There are more than 20 types of STIs. In your book on spot, you can use the life orientation spot on textbook to get more information regarding the types of STIs that we have. Strategies to deal with unhealthy sexual behavior. The first point is abstinence, meaning that you are not going to engage in any sexual activity. If you are not engaging in any sexual activity, then you are unlikely to fall pregnant. You are unlikely to have HIV and AIDS because you are not engaging in any sexual activity. Then we have change of behavior. Act responsible by using a condom and contraceptives. Where to find help and support? You can find help at the health information of HIV or AIDS, and you can speak to an elder you trust. Can be your teacher, can be your priest, community leader, even your principal. Any elder person that you do trust, you can speak to them. You can also visit the helpline. You can visit Love Life, also community structures that offer protection against high-risk behavior, and also making use of your nearest police station. So as we have discussed amongst ourselves, the risk factors that lead to unhealthy sexual behavior. For your homework, I need you to write how teenagers develop a low self-image and emotional scars by being sexual active. Differentiate between emotional responses of teenage boys and teenage girls to unhealthy sexual behavior. The last one is write any 3 types of STIs, their symptom and treatment. For you to complete your homework, you can make use of the life orientation spot on textbook and also make use of the information that you have shared in class. In conclusion, grade 9, in today's lesson, we have learned that there are risk factors that lead to unhealthy sexual behavior, and the only way we can protect ourselves if you are already sexual active is to use protection. But because you are still young, it is not encouraged for you to have sexual intercourse as your body is not ready developed. In order to avoid the consequences, you need to abstain, avoid drinking alcohol and usage of drugs, and don't give in easily on peer pressure. But if you do need someone to talk to, you can always visit the community structures that offer protection against high-risk behavior, Life or even Childline, or an adult you trust. That is all for today. We will continue and we will meet on our next lesson. Thank you.